Hey everyone, Lisa here. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is revolting at the moment. The market is horrible at the moment. So what I'm going to look at today is some levels and see where we are with those levels and see where we're going to get some bounces, where we're going to maybe break through, possible scenarios that we're going to look at. I've just been told by Eric on YouTube that we shouldn't be looking at TA. So in my opinion, we should be, because we can, there's always a trade. You can be short, you can be long, you can be whatever. And, you know, obviously in this market where we've got stable coins sort of being obliterated at the moment, we've got Celsius facing liquidation. We've got them, they've stopped the network at the moment. And there's a lot of panic happens when that sort of thing happens in the market. So, but you have to remember that Solana network is often stopped. So when there's issues with the Solana network congestion, too many sort of liquidations happening, that Solana network gets stopped. So what's happening with Celsius is not new. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look today at those levels that we might see BTC sort of bounce at. We might see it break through. You know, TA is all probability, and obviously at the moment we have major cash outs happening in the market just due to panic. So that's going to unpeg some of the stable coins, especially USDT, which is the largest stable coin in the market. So let's jump into those and have a look. So this is a BTC chart. You've seen this on Twitter, you've seen this on the YouTube and, you know, in these videos. So basically what is happening at the moment, so I've put a fib on this, and if we take this as an A, this as a B, and this as a C, we are at the 786 at the moment on this. So 786 on a C wave is a truncated C wave. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So if we can bounce in this region, we are going to go sideways in what is happening with the arrows. And, you know, that will probably happen for about 6 to 8 months. It's going to be a nightmare. So that's if we bounce in this region. So we have until sort of about 19.5 until we may get a larger bounce and we may get this sideways momentum. So if we see this sort of pattern in, you know, this is a 2017 high, and we can see that before we did get capitulation in these areas, we had this, you know, sideways sort of channel happening for quite some time. We had this as well from June 2019, where we had this sideways channel happening until we got that capitulation in March 2020 with COVID. So, you know, and this was also deleveraging. So a lot of deleveraging happens at the end of the market. So we're seeing deleveraging happening at the moment as well. So that means that we may get a period of sideways. So how deleveraging works is a lot of sort of positions are given up at the end when they are so underwater, they can't, you know, put money back in to sort of keep propping that up, and they just go, okay, I'm just going to let it go. So and that sort of liquidates that. When there's a lot of short positions, obviously we go long and the market bounces. When there's a lot of long positions, the market goes the other way, and, you know, we keep going down. So if we jump to the longs, hang on, I'll find, where's my longs chart? So this is the BTC longs at the moment, and they are increasing because we are near a support region. So the other reason the BTC longs are increasing is because these over leveraged players are topping up, topping up, topping up. So eventually these longs are going to be massively liquidated, and that's when we're going to see capitulation. So, you know, at the moment, it's probably a better bet to be short. We're on a support, so we may bounce in this region as it is topped up. So there's still a little bit of room for that topping up to happen. But, you know, just to be aware that in this type of market, you know, when longs get liquidated, they sell short. So, and that's how leverage works. It buys and sells the opposite way to what is happening. So, you know, while we're here and, you know, on this support region, it's likely that we do break down. So the 0.88 is lower, which is, you know, you'll see a few people are talking about the 0.88 region. We have been there before. So that's 16,200 sort of region. And when we take this chart to a monthly chart, we can see that we have a wick. In a leveraged market, you can cross by a wick without breaking the Elliott wave pattern. So the low or the high on that wick and the potential low in this region could be as low as 14,500. So without breaking that Elliott wave pattern. So on the higher time frames. So that's a potential as well. So, but when we look, we have got that block order range in that region. So, you know, potentially we could fall down to that 0.88, and the one is within this region here. So the one is actually sitting, so the one-to-one of this ABC is sitting at that $14,000 mark on BTC, so which is on the monthly, that 2017 high without the wick. So that's the potential bounce zones that we're looking at the moment. So, you know, if Celsius absolutely go under and they take 3AC with them and numerous others. So this is, it's not unlikely that many coins won't exist going forward. When we have a look back through, we had, you know, Mt. Gox, which was a massive exchange, sort of went under and took everything with it back in 2013. And, you know, the market crashed from you know, the high of 1,300 at that point, right back down. So, you know, this is happening at the moment. It happened in 2017. We saw so many coins that, you know, had quite big market caps for that time go under. So, you know, BitConnect was one of them. We saw Scroll, which was one of them. There was so many people on Twitter were invested in that. And, you know, they just don't exist anymore. But, you know, if you go back through that time, there's so many coins that don't exist right now. So, you know, when we get that sort of market, this is what happens. And, you know, potentially, as shown on this chart, we could get a, you know, an ABCDE with this wave coming up here and then a potential wave down, or we could just get the sideways momentum forever, or a breakdown. So there's many scenarios that could be happening right now. And, you know, obviously everyone's watching the USDT and thinking that that's, you know, going to depeg. It depegs often, and, you know, that is due to the volume of cash outs in the market. So, you know, there's a lot of FUD with USDT. Go back and think, if everyone walked into a bank, say, you know, your normal bank, they carry 10% of what they, you know, they loan out. So if everyone walked into a bank and cashed out, the same thing would happen. So Tether say they have, I think, 70%. So, you know, the whole entire market would have to cash out, and it's not going to happen. So, you know, while we do get the depegs from time to time, it is normal in a market where there's panic. So I hope that helps everyone sort of understand what is going on in the market, what potentially is going to happen. And yeah, keep in touch on Twitter, and you know, I'll update as I see anything sort of majorly happen. But yeah, this is kind of how it is in the market. It's how markets work. And, you know, it's not the first time it's happened. It's not the last time it's going to happen. And, you know, hopefully as we move forward, we learn the lessons, but we haven't this time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll catch you next week. Bye.